Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, December 16, 2017. I'm not your regular host. I am Professor Sherman T. Clump. You can just call me Professor Clump. Your regular host is kind of zonked out at the moment. I'm letting him get a little bit of sleep while I introduce the podcast this week before I gently elbow him to wake him up. So for now, Clump's in charge. This week the topics on hand are the Japanese fans ranking the female characters who would make a good wife. An open world One Piece game is shipping for the PS4, Xbox One, PC here in the West in 2018. Toonami explains why they can't get some highly requested shows. The 20th Dragon Ball feature film is currently in production. Disney has bought 21st Century Fox assets for $68.3 billion from Rupert Murdoch, and Yu Hakusho is getting a new anime to work. Oh, you're just gonna love that. But anyway, you know how this song and dance goes, so I'm gonna skip that this week because I don't want to screw it up. So give me a moment here, and I'll jab your regular host awake, and he can just take over for you. Thank you for being here with Professor Clump. Yeah, Clump was in charge.
Thanks, Professor. Sorry, everybody. Night's just kind of been kicking my butt this week. But anyway, Professor Clump's pretty much explained what's going on this week in the podcast. But here's how my week has gone. It sucks. It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. It really, really, really sucked. It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. There you go. Short, sweet, and to the point in a nutshell. It sucked. Haven't really gotten much. Don't really have much to report this week. Haven't really had a chance to do much of anything other than see the inside of my eyelids or work for the holidays. So yeah, not really much to report this week. No fun stories, no funny anecdotes, nothing really exciting happened this week to warrant a wonderful world of Dr. Seuss sort of moment. Yep, nothing really exciting happened to me this week, but a lot of fun stuff and exciting things happened throughout the world. So let's get into that, shall we? Here on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Alright, so let's kick off the podcast this week with a topic. What female anime character do you think would make a good wife? Well, believe it or not, there's actually been a ranking. I know, it's horrible to imagine, but there's been a ranking of the top 10 female anime characters who would make a great wife. Or at least a good wife. So, let's say you're to engage in some anime matrimony. Let's say you finally created that dimensional portal, sucked yourself into the anime world, which, by the way, I'll be right behind you. And, yep, you finally found the anime girl of your dreams. Well, which one would you think make a good wife? Well, let's see what the fans thought. And this is the list. Now, there was a tie for number 10. So, for number 10, we have Miho Nishizumi from Girls und Panzer, which I really am not a fan of that series. And and the other person for number 10, the other half of the tie, is Viganti April Tsukinose. And I probably mispronounced that, from Gabrielle Dropout. Never heard of her, never heard of it. But that was number 10. Number 9, Sakura Kinomoto from Cardcaptor Sakura. Now, the editor had to put a note in here, like, after she grows up, right? Right? Because keep in mind, Cardcaptor Sakura, she's like 13. But thank you to Matt Pat, once again, thank you to that I can't even think of the words. Depending on which prefecture she supposedly is in, it might actually be legal. It's horrible to think about. Thank you once again, Matt Pat, for explaining that to the world like we really needed to know. Number 8 is Miho Azuki from Bakuman. Yeah! Sorry, I'm a huge fan of Bakuman. I'm sorry. I like the series a lot. Both the manga and the anime series are both good. I wish the anime series would have finished dubbed, but the sub's not bad when I can watch it, but I really wish it would have finished dubbed. Thank you a lot, Media Blasters. You will feel my wrath someday in a rant video. Coming in at number 7, you have Chisei Hattori from the Ancient Magus Bride. I've heard things about that, but I haven't actually seen it. Number 6 is Tsubasa Hanikawa from the Monogatari series. Never heard of either of those. Number 5 is Akira Kawamoto from March Comes In Like a Lion. Okay? Never heard of it. Number 4 is Sakura Mato from the Fate series with Megami Kato from Shikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend, coming in at number 3. She got How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend, and you think she's gonna make a good wife. Yeah. Spilling on to number 2, and in second place we have from Ray Zero, Starting Life in Another World, Rem. That's right, never heard of Rem. I've heard of Ray Zero, but I've never heard of that one or Rem. But coming in at number 1 on this list, and this is the part that I enjoy, because for this character to make it to number 1, so many people that contributed to this list had to have at least seen, watched, or understand the series in question. Sword Art Online's Asuna Yuki was voted number 1 most probable anime female character that would make a good wife. With the amalgam of people that hate Sword Art Online, I find this ironic. In all honesty, Miho Azuki, number 8, should be a little higher on the list, because I think she would make a really good wife. Asuna, yeah, I kind of agree with her being on the list. Number 1 on the list, though? No, not really, no. Number 1 on the list for me would either be Hinata Hyuga from Naruto, or, and I'm trying to stretch to remember the name. Oh, God, what was the name? I'm thinking the name, if I figure out the name of the series. But there's a couple other ones. Chifusa Manu from Manu Hikensho would be on this list. So, yeah, some of these characters I've never heard of, but in all honesty, I think this list is one of those, oh, look, we needed to have something to put up here to make people happy. But here's the thing, we don't know what we're talking about. Yeah, that shows. It's obvious. It shows. So, they ended the article with, there you have it, folks. For comparison, check out an earlier survey with a similar but suitably different question. Which character would you like to marry? Yeah, okay. So which characters would you like to marry, and which characters do you think would make a good wife? How are they not simpatico with one another? Well, I'd like to marry her. Why would you like to marry her? Because the next response for a common question would be, because I think she'd make a good wife. There's your list. But no, seriously, Hinata Hyuga, Chifusa Manu, Chiharu Shinonome would, be on this list. I mean, she was my first ever anime crush. Okay, oh wait, hold on. Let me refresh that. She was my second anime crush. My first ever one when I really started getting heavy into anime in high school. But my very first ever anime crush has to go to Sailor Jupiter, who would also make a pretty good wife. No, I'm serious. She's got a kind heart. She's a nice person. No, she's definitely would be on this list. Without a doubt. So let's see. I'm agreeing with Asuna and Miho, so that's at least 2 out of the 10. I'm just not saying they're going where their spots are. But let's see, that's 2 out of the 10. I got Chifusa Manu, Hinata, Chiharu. So that's 5. So I'm halfway through a list of 10 that I think would make a good wife. Nico Robin from One Piece would make a good wife. She really would. Honestly, she would. Let's see here. That's 6. I'm just gonna come up with 10 right now. So I got 6 so far. So let's recap the 6 that I got. I agree with Asuna Yuki and Miho Azuki. I agree with, let's see, and I came up with Chiharu Shinonome, Chifusa Manu, Hinata Hyuga, and I forgot number 6 now. Oh, that's great. I forgot number 6 already. How did I manage to forget number 6? I just said it. Oh, crap. Okay. But anyway, screw the coming up with the 10 of them. If I already forgot number 6, that's not a good sign. But in all honesty, this is a list that I really don't think... Oh, Nico Robin. That was number 6. That's right. I just thought of it. Okay, so I had her, so that was 6. Okay, let's try this then. So that's 6. Going on the list of anime that... Oh, Sailor Jupiter, so I do have 7. I have 7. So I only need 3 more. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, crap. No, she wouldn't do. Nah, she'd be too scary. Ooh, no way. Oh, God. It's there. Oh, okay. If we're gonna count all anime, okay, I'll throw Misty from Pokemon in there. She would make a good wife. I don't know why Ash hasn't tried to date her yet. Then again, I don't understand how that Pokemon series is still going, to be honest with you. Oh, but let's see. Come on. There's another. There's 2 more. Well, okay, I can go with Videl from Dragon Ball Z. She would make a good wife. She already is, but she would make a good wife. So that's 9. So I got 1 more to go, and I am drawing a blank. Why do I draw a blank now? Seriously, why now do I draw a blank? Oh, think. Oh, crap. This podcast isn't random for nothing. 1 more to go on my list, and I can't come up with it. I can't come up with another one. Because I don't want to say Bulma or Chi-Chi, because that would be a real easy cop-out, and I really don't think either of them would make good wives. I mean, Chi-Chi I'm terrified of, and Bulma would be in her own world, character-wise. So, yeah, they're both out. I guess I could go with Orihime from Bleach. I could go with her. Yeah, I'll go with Orihime from Bleach. So there's my 10th. So there's all 10 of mine. But still, it's not a bad thing to wonder what anime character, do you think would make a good bride? Which one do you think would make a good wife? Let me know in the comment section below, by the way. But anyway, it's not a bad list, in all honesty. I do appreciate it. Stuff like this breaks up the mundane in the world. It really does. But that's just interesting, though, that out of all those, I only knew, like, a couple of them. And a majority of them I hadn't got a clue of. So, wow. That's kind of scary. But still, not a bad list. Not a bad list at all. The Absolutely Completely Random podcast is brought to you by electricity. Because without it, I wouldn't be able to record anything on my laptop because my battery requires it in order to run and it needs electricity to recharge. Yeah, I know. But I can't get a water wheel in my room. Alright, fans of One Piece, it's time to rejoice. No, the manga isn't extending. No, it's not going to start popping out a brand new arc right off the bat. Nope, I got something else to talk about. The dramatic free world action adventure game featuring Luffy as playable character. That's right, One Piece World Seeker game is shipping for the PS4, Xbox One, and the PC here in the West in 2018. So that's a good sign, first off. Holy crap, it's a miracle. We're finally going to get something decent from Bandai Namco. Yes, you remember Bandai Namco, the people that I have a small rant about with Bandai Namco. So Bandai Namco Entertainment America and Bandai Namco Entertainment Europe announced on Monday, and those are both long words too, that the One Piece World Seeker game will ship for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam in the Americas and Europe in 2018. The publisher also released key art and screenshots for the game, which are pretty kick-ass. But this is my question. So it's being released. It's coming out. It's going to ship via Steam. That's not shipping. That's just available. You can now download this game. You got like 60 Steam cards for, like credit ready to go from the holidays. Here you go. Seriously, this is that's downloading, not shipping. Shipping is you physically have to make a disc, pop the disc into a plastic case, and put a whole bunch of those plastic cases into a cardboard box. That cardboard box then gets taken to the post office or to FedEx or to UPS or to however you want to get it to your destination. And then it gets put onto the shelves at said destination, where it then is bought by somebody else who takes it home and puts it onto their shelf for the final destination. Unless, of course, you're just going to end up buying it, beating it in a couple weeks, getting pissed off with it or bored, and then chucking it into the nearest wastebasket or taking it back to your local GameStop for a freaky refund. But still, it's going to ship via Steam. That's not shipping. That's downloading. There is a difference. But here's how Bandai Namco Entertainment America describes the game, and I'm not making this up either. Set sail in an all-new One Piece adventure. In One Piece World Seeker, Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates are back, in a new story that puts players into Luffy's point of view as he battles and explores an expansive and seamless world. Open landscapes provide many paths for players to experience Luffy's gum-gum abilities and swing into action. The dramatic free world action-adventure game will also ship for the PlayStation 4 in Japan in 2018. The first trailer for the game will debut at the Jump Festa 2018 event, which will be held at the Makuhari Messe Convention Center in Chiba on the 16th and the 17th. So it's currently happening. The game will allow players to freely explore and have adventures in the large world of One Piece. Yeah, large is not joking. Over 800 episodes in the anime. God knows how many chapters. Shueisha's weekly Shonen Jump magazine revealed the game in July as the One Piece Codename Dawn video game. In addition, the magazine had teased in November that the game will tell the truth of a tragic event. The issue featured an image of a man in shadow standing in front of a city on fire. The issue described the city as that of the Holy Land Marijolis. I can't pronounce it. Adding, who is the person who stands on this absolutely inviolable sacred ground. The visual also teased an incident that will shake the power of the world. In One Piece, Marijolis is the capital of the world government and is also the land where the celestial dragons live. Yes, we remember the celestial dragons, the ones that Luffy beat the crap out of. The game will feature the talents of the One Piece anime producer Hikori Koyama from Toei Animation. One Piece Media Supervisor, Shigeru Shigeta from Shueisha. One Piece Game Supervisor, VG Suzuki from Shueisha, and One Piece game developer Koji Nakijama from Bandai Namco Entertainment. Yay! Bandai Namco Entertainment! The game is commemorating the 20th anniversary of the One Piece manga, which launched in 1997. Newsflash for you: if you're trying to make something go with the anniversary, it either has to come out the year of the anniversary, or you just say screw it. In this case, you just at that point say screw it. But then again, to each their own, and it's your money, not mine. But anyway, that's some interesting One Piece news for everybody. Personally, I mean, an open world One Piece game, for starters, is something that I think we needed for a while. The last open world One Piece game we sort of had was the one for the GameCube. Was it like Pirates Carnival, I think? That was sort of open world to a point. You still followed a track and everything else, but you did have like a game board. So it was like an open-ish world. But as far as like a pure open world where you can literally run into each town and everything else, yes, that we could use. That we could seriously use, in all honesty. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to doubt that. That we could use. That would make it interesting game. To be able to like beat the crap out of somebody that's running towards you with a sword and like save somebody at the same time. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that would be pretty neat. But anyway, there's something you can look forward to. So if you get any Steam cards for the holidays, save them up, because you're going to have to use them to purchase this so it can ship to you, because it's shipping via Steam. Unless it's coming via a steam-powered boat, but I don't see that happening. So here's a topic straight from the horse's mouth. And I mean that. For years, fans of Toonami have been bitching and complaining that Toonami isn't getting any of the newer, shows. It's not getting any of the stuff that's popular. It's not getting things that fans want. And the question has constantly been shoved off and told, look, we're working on it. Look, we got other things. Look, we just, this and that. And fans have never backed off. Well, here we go. Toonami has finally jumped out and said, look, this is why we can't, okay? We literally can't get some of the highly requested shows. So they made an effort to get shows, that's been highly requested, but they can't get the TV license to them. Answering a question on his Ask.fm page, Jason DeMarco, head of Toonami, that's right, the big cheese, said they couldn't get the TV license to 3 shows: My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 101, and The Ancient Magnus Bride. You can see the full question and answer, by clicking below in the article, which, guess what? I saved the picture of it. So this is the entire thing. So it goes, how come you keep picking up decisive shows like Black Clover, Agami Ga Kill, and especially Sword Art Online, while you keep rejecting great shows everyone would love, like My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 100, and it's actually Mob Psycho 101, you jackass, and The Ancient Magnus Bride, or airing more One Piece? Here's DeMarco's answer. 3 of the 4 shows you mentioned as us ignoring, we straight up can't get the TV rights to. The other had literal years and never built an audience that made it worth the cost of maintaining the show. Meanwhile, the shows you call divisive, did just fine for us. Maybe there's more to us airing shows than the conclusion you're extrapolating with little to no real information. I'm sure that's not the answer you wanted, but it's something to think about. So basically, DeMarco just flat out came out and said, look, we can't get the rights to this. You have to keep in mind, Toonami has to go through the FCC, which is, here in the US, it is a major thing. If they can't get the rights for it, it has to make sure that they can get, if they can even get the rights for starters. That's problem number one. Because the companies that have the rights aren't going to want to give them up cheap. This ain't back in the 90s where you can get 6 or 7 OVA titles, chucked in because you want to buy one. But you want to make that one purchase count. So it's like, you know what? I really want insert generic OVA title here. But I don't feel right paying this much. How about you throw in, like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. We do a bundle deal here. And that's what it kind of is. But with shows nowadays, it's like, look, we have to get the rights for it. Which means that first off, they can't just go to a place and say, hey, we're going to start airing this, kiss off. Because they're going to get pissed off and sued. Straight up first thing. They're going to get pissed off and sued. That's the end of that. But they can't get the rights to it, which does happen. Take years ago, there was a channel on television that tried its damnedest. It wanted a TV show so badly, it wasn't funny. What was hilarious is that they got to air 2 episodes of it as a special. Because they were doing, it was like a holiday thing that they were doing that week. So they got to air 2 episodes of the particular show as, in the special. And the fans went nuts for it because it was a show that they wanted on that channel. But the channel could not get the rights for it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I will be damned if I remember either the title of the show or the channel. But I just remember reading about it because it's like the fans wanted it so badly. The channel goes, look, we have tried. We have sent letters. We have sent letters. We've called. We've gotten on our hands and knees and groveled. They did everything but back a dump truck full of cash onto the owner's front door. They would not budge. But when it comes to shows like this, first off, I agree. My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho 101, and the Ancient Magnus Bride are still too new to get a U.S. television airing. Especially Toonami. Because let's face it, they're going to think Toonami, the first thing they think of is, oh great, we're reaching stoners. Because the only time Toonami's on is on a Saturday night. And the only reason it's on a Saturday night is because that's where Adult Swim wants to put anime. Fine. Anime's been on Saturday night, I'm fine with that. But the problem is that after Toonami ends, you go back to your stoner programming. So you got 6 days of stoner programming and 1 day of anime. So it's not going to be worth it to them. To be granted, they'll get money, but it's not going to be a crap ton of it that they want. They want it to be able to air multiple times because that's how they get a lot of the money. It's like, look, here's an initial payment. This gets us the rights. You get a royalty every time we play the show. If the show's only going to play 1 time a week, they're not going to get a lot of money. They're going to have to raise up and raise up and raise up that royalty, which is eventually going to cause problems. Because it's going to be like, look, I can't afford to keep paying you this much if I'm only showing it 1 time a week and the fans don't like it. And that's the other problem. Okay, so the fans are wanting these shows. Or these are shows that everyone would love. Yeah, because they're popular. Honestly, you can watch all these on Crunchyroll and Hulu. At least Crunchyroll I know of. But as for One Piece, I do agree with DeMarco on this. First off, and I did stress this in the last topic, One Piece has over 800 episodes in the anime series to date. to date, over 800 episodes. It does not have the fan base here in the U.S. to keep it a viable option for the long term. So many fans were pissed that Toonami dumped it. They had to. It's a show that literally was brought back because fans wanted something and they needed to put something in because they lost the rights to something. The rights expired, so they had to put something in its place. But as far as this, it's like, look, and I guarantee you, it's like after a couple minutes, it's like, look, we're not making enough with this. It's not being helpful. It's not being a viable business. It's not bringing in the cash flow. I mean, we're getting stuff from repeats of this and this. You know, we got Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z Kai, the final chapters. We got Black Clover starting up. They're airing 2 whole marathons this week and next week for the holidays. You just have so many people that are pissed because we want decent shows, but they keep forgetting that the people behind the scenes have to pony up cash to get them. So while understandable, I do know that it's like, it's true. I understand it. Yes, it is horrible, but I do understand it. You have to pay for the shows. They don't just magically appear. It's not like you instantly came up one day and go, you know what? I'm going to create a new anime series. That's what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to make an anime series. And it's going to be a good anime series. You don't just wake up one morning and go, yep, that's what I'm going to do. Because it's not going to work. You're going to end up putting it up on YouTube or Dailymotion or some other third-party video hosting site, not getting anywhere, not getting anything, and then getting pissed off. Now imagine that frustration and throw it on to Toonami. You have fans that are complaining because they're not getting popular titles. Fans that are complaining because they're showing stuff that the fans don't want. Toonami getting pissed off because they can't get the licensing rights to get the shows that the fans want. All that compiled together, yes, I understand it. Believe me, I do. I feel sorry for them, but I understand where they're coming from. You can't get the rights to something if they're not willing to give you the rights. You can't play ball and expect to actually have a ball there. But anyway, hopefully this will clear it up and now people will stop complaining about it indefinitely, because it's all, I even see the same thing. Like on any Toonami Facebook post or Toonami Twitter post, it's like, the series, your block would be so much better if you added the following channels. Or you added the following shows. And it's like, no, it's just that you want those shows on so that you can watch them without having to buy the DVD. You could just DVR its ass, and then you're like, yeah, I've seen, My Hero Academia. Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, yeah, I remember that episode. That was one of my favorites. Then you invite somebody over, and it's like, well, all right, well, let's pull it up. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's on the DVR. I got it off of Toonami. Right there, your secret's exposed. Brilliant, dumbasses. But seriously, I really do hope that this brings an end to the constant whining and bickering about this. Now that they finally came right out and said, look, this is the reason why. We're not joking. And you could tell that DeMarco wasn't joking about it because he was getting pretty pissed. I would be getting pissed off too. But yeah, I understand it. So hopefully this puts it to an end. I'm hoping. Doubt it highly, but I'm hoping that it would put it to an end. At least stall it out for a while so I don't have to hear it anymore. The Absolutely Completely Random Podcast is taking a very short break. I need to stretch and do a couple other things. I'll be right back. Welcome to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Well, okay, you're already listening to the podcast if you're hearing me. But anyway, the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast is a podcast that I put up here every Sunday on YouTube, where I talk about topics and articles that I find throughout the entire week. So if you like what you hear, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you're brought up to date with all my videos, including Andrew Rants and Andrew's Theories. I also do some reviews from time to time, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, let me know, and don't forget to hit that lovely subscribe button. So who would have thought Dragon Ball has had 20 feature films? Well, guess what? They're about to have 20. As of right now, they have 19. But the 20th one has been announced at Jump Festa 2018 in Japan, and it's currently in production. It's going to serve as a commemoration for decades of legendary titles. Since 1986, the series has introduced many memorable and beloved characters to countless die-hard fans. I agree with that. The recent years have witnessed a new wave of renaissance for the Dragon Ball series. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods released in 2013, which I did see in theaters. I still have the ticket stub from that day. At least the half of the ticket stub from that day. Because that was a really good day. It was a welcome return to the big screen for the first time in 17 years. Resurrection of F followed up 2 years later with more success. And from then on, Dragon Ball has continued to further expand their world, leading to the current acclaimed broadcast, Dragon Ball Super. Which, by the way, thank you, Akira Toriyama. The team behind the new film will be making intensive efforts to ensure that the scale and quality is the best of the series. Akira Toriyama, the original author of Dragon Ball, will lead the original story, screenplay, and character design. Aww! You just hear a chorus of angels singing. The theme for this remarkable new film will be Saiyan, the strongest race in the universe. Since Battle of Gods, Goku has undergone new forms from Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, to other evolved forms that have gone up against many invincible warriors from multiple universes, like his Ultra Instinct form against Jiren, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 against Hit, so on and so forth. This new story will focus on the origins of the Saiyan's strength and what it means to be Saiyan. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. The 20th film is currently targeted to be released in Japan in December of next year. So you got a whole year we got to wait, though, for it. But keep an eye out for more news in the near future. So this is actually a good thing. It's something that's... we get to look forward to... this is something to look forward to. A new Dragon Ball movie is coming out in 2018. So that means that once Funimation gets the rights for it, it'll probably be brought over here, I'd say 2019, 2020. So that's not too bad, about 4 or 5 years after Resurrection of F. That's not bad. That's not bad. So, yeah. But anyway, I mean, I like Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball Z. The only downside, though, is that with this one, unfortunately... like I said, because we all know what happened with this new feature film, the one character that we sadly won't be able to see anymore, at least here, will be Bulma, because the voice actor sadly passed away. In all honesty, I think she would have loved this. But since this seems to do more with the Saiyans, I don't think we have to worry too much about the cavalcade of characters that we have for the series, like Tien, Krillin, Gohan, and all... well, okay, maybe Gohan and Goten, the direct descendants of Vegeta and Goku. But I don't think we have to worry about, like, Master Roshi or Piccolo or Yamcha, Chaozu, Yajirobe, those characters. So, it's not exactly a bad thing if you think about it, but at the same time, it's sort of like a... man, I kind of want it to be really good, so that we can, really get a decent thing here, but seriously, though, it kind of worries me. But either way, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm always up for anything new, for anything Dragon Ball Z that's new. Anything Dragon Ball that's new, I'm always up for it. Except for Dragon Ball GT. That crap needs to burn in the deepest regions of hell. And I mean burn with the fires of Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Well, here's a follow-up to a topic from a few weeks ago. So, remember when I discussed Disney considering buying 21st Century Fox? Well, guess what? Disney has bought 21st Century Fox assets for $68.3 billion off of Rupert Murdoch. Yes, that's right. The Titan mogul of Fox has caved and kowtowed to the wonderful world of Disney. Oh, this cannot end well. So Disney's teamed up with another Hollywood heavyweight in a whopping $68 billion billion dollar deal, in a move that will only make the company more powerful. Yes. So not long after signing off on a $68.3 billion deal to sell the key film and television assets of 21st Century Fox to Disney, film and television, you bastard, News Corp chairman Rupert Murdoch, boo, received a congratulatory phone call from Donald Trump. Of course he did. Yeah, Trump told Mr. Murdoch he welcomed the deal. Yeah, whatever. Let's see here. He knows the president spoke with Murdoch earlier in the day, congratulated him on the deal, and thinks that, to use one of the president's favorite words, this could be a great thing for jobs. Whatever. That's about as close, by the way, to politics as I'm ever going to get on this show. The blockbuster stock transaction leaves Mr. Murdoch with a group which includes the Fox Broadcast Network, Fox News Channel, and Fox Sports channels. The deal will see Disney acquire the vaulted Fox Hollywood Film and Television Studios, cable entertainment networks, and international TV businesses, bringing their popular entertainment properties including X-Men, Avatar, The Simpsons, FX Networks, and National Geographic into Disney's portfolio. Well, time to officially rattle off a list of things that are dead. The Simpsons, Avatar, FX, National Geographic. Well, they're all screwed. And The Simpsons had such a good life, too. Who would have thought it was snuffed out in the middle of the night by Mickey Mouse? Oh, God. The acquisition of this stellar collection of businesses from 21st Century Fox reflects the incoming consumer demand for rich diversity of entertainment experiences that are more compelling, accessible, and convenient than ever before. What? No. What? So, this was said by Disney Chief Executive Robert Iger in a statement. So Iger, who was previously expected to step down in 2019, will now stay on through 2021. Of course, he's got to see this new baby through its infancy. Disney's move to acquire the Fox library of content is seen as a bid to bolster its arsenal against Netflix and Amazon, as well as emerging tech players such as Facebook and Apple, which are cashing in on a move towards streaming services and away from the traditional pay TV packages. Disney, which owns ABC Television Network, ESPN, and has major studios in Hollywood, has been preparing to launch its own streaming service. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Independent media analyst Alan Walk saw a number of positives for Disney in the deal, which gives it a controlling 60% stake in America's third largest streaming platform, Hulu. So, Disney now has 60% stake in Hulu, so they own more than 51%. That's great. So they got a 60% stake in Hulu, so they own Hulu. They're pretty much got The Simpsons, X-Men, Avatar, FX networks, which includes FX and FXX, and the National Geographic Channel. All because they wanted what fans are referring to as the original, the originals for Episode 4 of Star Wars, the Masters. But unfortunately, I haven't found any proof of that. By controlling Hulu, Disney gets a platform with which to take on Netflix and Amazon, particularly internationally, as well as a whole lot of data about their users. Something they have not previously had, according to Walk. If Disney includes live sports with Hulu, that could give it a huge edge over Netflix and Amazon. How? So Mr. Murdoch said in a statement, "We are extremely proud of all that we have built at 21st Century Fox, and I firmly believe that this combination with Disney will unlock even more value for shareholders as the new Disney continues to set the pace in what is an exciting and dynamic industry. Sell out, cop out, screw off." The new Fox will be a growth company centered on live news and sports brands anchored by the strength of the Fox network. Murdoch said, and I quote, "It is born out of an important lesson I've learned in my long career in media, namely content and news relevant to viewers will always be valuable." What are you smoking, Murdoch, and where can we, the general public, find some? It will also include broadcast and cable rights to sports from the National Football League, NFL, Major League Baseball, MLB, World Cup Football, soccer, and NASCAR. So Disney's gonna have NASCAR. Well, you know what? They already had Billy Ray Cyrus with Hannah Montana. Why not? Let's just go country here. Let's just go country. Right here on Disney. Hey, you know what? Come watch NASCAR on Disney. Your kids are finally annoying you to death. Parents, come watch NASCAR on the Disney Channel. You don't know what we can do for you? We'll have NASCAR. God. There's no positive way to spin this. And the fact that I am sad. I'm sad at this. I'm sad at the fact that Disney now has... They can screw with The Simpsons. Disney can't even get their own crap together. How many of those crappy... Disney had to... Oh, God, I can't even think here. Coco, Frozen, Olaf's Frozen Adventure... So many problems I have with so many of these things. And Disney wants to have more. Why? Why do you want more? Will you not be satisfied until that mouse's head is on everything? You know what? Just come out with the Mickey Mouse toothpaste, give us the Mickey Mouse pants we gotta wear, and give us the Mickey Mouse head-shaped beds. And let's just get it over with. Because at this point, we ain't got a chance. You've screwed us to the wall. We're just a moment away from you taking over the world. The Simpsons called it too, and that's the scary part. There was an episode that had a clip that had 21st Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Company. And it came out years before any of this crap was even considered. Like I said multiple times, and I will say this multiple more times until I'm blue in the face. Homer predicted Halley's Comet colliding with the moon. Can somebody at NASA figure out if this is going to happen instead of trying to make contact with the Vulcans or trying to see if you can float in space without pants? Can we see if Halley's Comet might possibly collide with the moon? I'd like to know. Because if it's possible, I want to try to be alive to see it happen. Ugh. Disney owns Fox. Disney owns Fox. Ugh. It's a sad, sad day. Very sad day.
This is Professor Sherman T. Clump, and you're listening to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast, only on YouTube. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta get back to the kitchen and get back to my sandwich. It's a very special sandwich.
So here's something that's actually got me entertained, and I saw this morning. Yu Hakusho, the manga series, is getting new animated work. Yes! This was announced at the Jump Festa event today. A banner at the Bandai Visual booth at the Jump Festa 2018 event announced on Saturday that Yu Hakusho is getting an all-new animated work. Now, it doesn't say if it's a movie or if it's like a sequel series. It doesn't say. So, the manga ran from 1990 to 1994. Viz Media began publishing the manga in its English edition of Shonen Jump in 2002. It released all 19 volumes, and so on and so forth. It ended. It's done. I would love to see a sequel, in all honesty. The story revolves around 14-year-old delinquent Yusuke Urameshi, who dies after saving a child from a car accident. The spirit world is surprised by his death and offers him a chance to come back as a spirit detective who is tasked with defeating demons. The reason why he's given this chance is because there's no space for him in the afterlife. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. The anime adaptation ran from 1992 to 1995. It's celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. The series also inspired 2 films and 2 original OVAs, so original video animation or OVAs. Funimation released a television series and OVAs on home video in North America. Media Blasters and later Funimation released the first film, and Central Park Media released the second film. The television series ran on Adult Swim and later Toonami. Reverse the hell out of that. It actually was on Toonami first for like a week. And by a week, I mean a literal week. So try again. Nice try, guys. The manga is inspiring a new Yu Hakusho 100% Maji Battle smartphone game that reunites the anime's cast members. The app is now available, at least according to the article. But anyway, this is interesting because I was saying this a while ago when I was talking about the 25th anniversary of the anime series that's being celebrated this year. I said it would be really nice to get like a sequel series, a follow-up, something to entertain the masses, to really be like this great show and have a sequel to it. Like, see what happens afterwards, because there's still more story you can do. Especially if you know how the series ends, there is a lot more you can do. But anyway, it's nice to know that it's getting a new animated series, animated work. And all honesty, I'll even take a movie at this point. I'll be honest. I'll take a standalone movie if you want. Just nothing live action. That's where I draw the line. But no, honestly, I mean, I'll take a standalone movie or something. That would be cool. But anyway, that's what's going down with that. So that's still good news for those of you out there that were wondering about it, or wondering if there was anything going to happen this year for the 25th anniversary. Well, that's some pretty exciting news. Hey, it's getting new animated work. Wow! That's big, because like I said, and this was a good series. I mean, it's not as popular as Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball, or the Dragon Ball series in general, or anything else. But it's popular in its own way because of its old school charm and appeal. And that's what it has, and that's what I like about it. So, yeah, it's good to know that it's getting a redo and a redux. I'm really proud of that. Alright, folks, so I think that's going to pretty much do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. I apologize if it seemed like this week was phoned in. Believe me, I tried my best this week. The topics were good. It's just the fact that I'm just so tired from work, from doing it was 5 nights of overnight this week. It's only supposed to be 4. We got called in last night, surprisingly, because we got another delivery. This coming week, it's going to be 5 again, so I'm going to try to get a nap in next Saturday, if I can, see what happens. But like I said, there is going to be a podcast next Saturday. Don't forget to check out holiday things. I hope everybody will have a happy holiday. I'll wish you all a good happy holiday next week, when the holidays actually come around. But in all honesty, for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast, I'd like to thank Professor Clump for being here and elbowing me in the gut. And I'd like to thank you, my fans, for stopping by. Even just regular viewers, thank you too, for stopping by and listening to me ramble on mindlessly for the last hour or so. So thank you so much. But if you have any topic ideas, because I can always use some, feel free to tweet them to me at Otaku Roads on Twitter. Or you can email them to me at the email address of acrpodcast, all lowercase and all one word, by the way, at gmail.com. Or you can drop it in the discussion section of my YouTube channel, WebDesigner18. If you have any ideas on ways I can improve said podcast, same 3 places. Either tweet them to me on Twitter at Otaku Roads on Twitter. Email them to me at acrpodcast@gmail.com, or drop the hints in the discussion section. It would be great to know if I can find ways to improve my videos and stuff like that, besides having me on camera. That doesn't work too well. I've already tried it multiple times. But anyway, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been the Absolutely Completely Random podcast for this week. Thank you all for stopping by once again, and until next time, stay gold.